up here on stage, you can all be seated. OH. 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 Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Convocation ceremony for the Ohio State University College of Optometry, class of 2019. I am Carla Zadnik. I'm Dean of the College of Optometry, and I have the privilege of leading this group of wonderful students. This class comprises a group of talented young people who came here to join a profession and formed friendships along the way that will last them all their lives. Those friendships were front and center at the recent Epsilon Psi Epsilon Spring Banquet that honored some of these graduates. The love in the room that evening was palpable. I think the first, second, and third year students in attendance, along with the faculty who were there, all wish they could join the class of 2019. I know I felt that way. At Ohio State Optometry, we are focused on optometric education and vision research. The mission of the college states that we educate excellent optometrists who reflect our diverse communities. In this, our 105th year, the beginning of our second century of educating the optometrists who will provide eye care and save the vision of Ohioans, Americans, and the world's citizens, I am struck by the talent, dedication, and accomplishments of the women and men seated before me. This evening represents the culmination of 4 years of study, enriching patient encounters, and countless social media postings, all of which have helped prepare them for their bright future. So let me first welcome, I'm going to say our other luminaries, because I really think the luminaries are the folks behind the graduates, but we'll get to you a little bit later. Special guests include members of the Ohio State University Optometry Alumni Society Board, President Dr. Stephanie Baxter, and board member Dr. Bob Newcomb. Please stand. Bob. We have representation from the Ohio Optometric Association. That's the statewide organization that ensures these students' future and their patients' access to them as eye care providers. The college has an extraordinarily close relationship with the association that is really the envy of most other states. Graduates, I think you'll want to recreate that if you're going to a state other than Ohio. Please join me in acknowledging, as they stand, President Dr. Mike Early and trustees Dr. Sansan Cooley, Brian Dietz, and Tim Fries, and Executive Director Keith Kearns. Joining me here on the stage are the college's academic leaders, the folks really responsible for the success of the college. Associate Dean of Academic Affairs, Dr. Mike Early, Associate Dean for Clinical Services, Dr. Greg Nixon, and Associate Dean for Research, Dr. Jeff Walleen. Would you gentlemen please stand and be acknowledged? And at this wonderful event, we're all ably assisted by the staff of the college in attendance. I could have them stand, but most of them are wearing Secret Service-style headsets behind the scenes. We certainly couldn't do what we do without them. And vital to the lifeblood of the college, the people responsible for these graduates' education and the acquisition and dissemination of new knowledge in optometry and vision science are the faculty of the Ohio State University College of Optometry. Sitting with the faculty on the stage today are emeritus faculty Drs. Joe Barr, Greg Good, and Bob Newcomb. Faculty members, would you all stand? And if there are any in the audience, please stand as well. Last but not least, I take great personal pleasure in introducing you to the smart, committed, engaged, engaging, lively Ohio State Optometry graduating class of 2019. Stand and turn around and be recognized there, kids. about them to come, but know that they are about to become our valued optometric colleagues. We will work with them and see them at homecomings and optometric conferences for years and years to come. I'd venture to say some of us may actually someday work for them. They represent our legacy and the future of the profession of optometry. They wear that responsibility exceedingly well, and we are proud to welcome them to the optometric profession. As we entered our second century 5 years ago, we began a new graduation weekend tradition to honor our 50-year graduates. This year, we have invited the class of 1969 to the graduation festivities. 7 members of the graduating class from that year were able to join us today. Would you all please stand? At lunch today, when I had lunch with them and their families, their camaraderie was palpable. My hopes, class of 19, is that your memories carry you all forward to your 50th reunion in 2069. Tonight, we're going, oh, that was it sounded better when I wrote it, I promise. Tonight, we are joining the Optometry Alumni Society in celebrating 2 of our own that they have selected for special recognition. First, the 2019 Early Professional Achievement Award goes to Dr. Tim Fries from the class of 2004. In addition to being a successful private practitioner, he serves as a trustee on the Optometric Association Board of Directors and chairs the all-important Political Action Committee for the OOA. He is currently pursuing both a master's in business administration and his master's in public health. So he's with us on stage. He should probably be studying. Dr. Fries was appointed by the governor of Ohio to serve on the Ohio Optical Dispensers Board, where he served for 10 years as the only optometrist on that board. He also serves on the Epsilon Psi Epsilon Alumni Board, and Dr. Fries now has some words of wisdom to offer the class of 2019.
Thanks, Carla. And yeah, I probably should be studying. I have 2 finals that are due on Sunday, tomorrow. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow, taking 2 finals. First, I'd like to thank the Alumni Society and the College of Optometry. I'm very honored and humbled to receive this award. I'd like to thank my wife, Cheryl, for her unending love and support. Without you by my side, I would not be able to be where I am today. And thanks for being my partner in this wild ride of life. I'd also like to thank my mom, Candy, who's here, not only for her support over the years, but for taking me to the eye doctor when I was 5. That's when I got my first pair of glasses, and after that visit, I knew I wanted to be an optometrist. Thanks to my mother and father-in-law, who are also here, Bob and Nancy Tice, for all they've done for us over the years. And I'm blessed to have the best staff in the world at my offices, and I'd like to say a special thanks to Missy and Kendra for being here today as well. As I was thinking about what advice I would like to give to this year's graduates, I came across an article by a noted Harvard business professor, Clayton Christensen, and it was titled, How Will You Measure Your Life? In the article, he asks 3 questions of his students to help them determine their clear purpose in life. I'd like to share these 3 questions with the class of 2019 for them to ponder. First, how will you ensure that you will be happy in your career? Second, how will you ensure that your relationships with your spouse and your family become an enduring source of happiness? And third, last but not least, how will you be sure that you will stay out of jail? As I answered these 3 questions, I'm reminded of a quote that my dad used to tell me almost daily growing up. It's not how good you are, but how often you are good. That motto guides the decisions that I make every day, and I would challenge each of you to ask yourself the same question as you try to live your best life. In the end, the metric with which we measure our lives isn't the dollars we make or the possessions we have. It's the individual people whose lives you will change and lives you will have touched along the way. Congratulations to the class of 19, and I wish you nothing but future success. Thank you.
Tim, thank you so much. This is really the highest honor the Optometry Alumni Society gives to someone so early in his career. And if I know Tim, he's likely to be multitasking on those finals as he sits in the row. So if he's on his phone around you, please don't be offended. Also, I'm pleased to announce that Dr. Fries, you can stay here for just a second, that Dr. Fries is joining our faculty in the fall and will assume primary responsibility for our practice management curriculum. So welcome to our faculty as well.
Thank you very much.
Now you can see. The highest honor that the Optometry Alumni Society and the college together bestow is the Distinguished Alumnus of the Year Award. This year, 2019, that Distinguished Alumnus of the Year Award goes to Dr. Robert D. Newcomb. Buckeye Bob Buckeye Bob graduated from our college with his OD degree in 1971 and received his MPH degree from the University of Alabama at Birmingham in 1975. After a stint at the Birmingham VA Medical Center, he returned home, sort of after his wandering in the wilderness in Alabama, and spent almost 20 years as an integral part of the patient care and education programs at the Columbus VA Outpatient Clinic. Upon retirement from the VA, he wasn't quite done. He joined our faculty as a professor of clinical optometry and the inaugural Vision Service Plan chair for the advancement of professional practice. Dr. Newcomb is a past president of the American Academy of Optometry and received the Henry B. Peters Award from the Academy last year. Dr. Newcomb, please offer your thoughts to the class of 2019.
I would like to thank one of my former residents and current colleague, Dr. Brian Maddy, for nominating me for this wonderful honor. Also, thanks to Dr. Stephanie Baxter and the board of the Alumni Society for selecting me this year, and to Dean Carla Zadnick for giving me this opportunity to express my gratitude to the Ohio State University College of Optometry. This is truly an Ohio State moment for me. When I was in high school in the mid-1960s, all the cute girls and star athletes were getting contact lenses. I thought prescribing those fascinating devices would be fun because their wearers seemed so happy to have clear vision without anyone else knowing they needed refractive correction. But soon after I graduated, my career took a different path. Because of my unique practice setting, my employer needed me to treat ocular disease and trauma. And as part of that expanded scope of practice, I remember treating my glaucoma patients in 1971 with an eye drop called pilocarpine. I bet the Golden graduates remember pilocarpine. Pilocarpine was a miotic which stung when it was instilled 4 times a day, caused headaches, caused impaired peripheral vision, especially at night. Then in 1978, 7 years after I graduated, a new and better glaucoma drug came to market. It was called Timoptic. It did not cause pupil constriction, did not sting as much, did not affect peripheral or night vision, and was only used twice a day. When I went to the VA Pharmacy Committee meeting to request that Timoptic be added to our clinic's drug formulary, the Chief of Staff asked if a current drug on the formulary could be eliminated and replaced by Timoptic. I said no, because Timoptic had a completely different pharmacological action, and in addition, since it was a beta blocker, it could not be used in patients with COPD. We would need to have both pilocarpine and Timoptic available. The committee approved my request. The reason I tell you this story is because as I think back on that point in my career, that was an Ohio State moment for me. The college's faculty had required general and ocular pharmacology courses in my curriculum when I graduated 48 years ago, even though optometrists were not permitted to use any pharmaceutical agents in any state at that time. It was here, at the Ohio State University College of Optometry, that I first learned about the autonomic nervous system and what effects beta blockers had on intraocular pressure. The faculty had prepared me well to practice not only contemporary optometry in 1971, but also prepared me to incorporate new ideas and techniques into my future scope of practice. So I want to say to my new colleagues in the class of 2019, Ohio State has also prepared you well for your current and future scopes of practice. Perhaps 48 years from now, one of you will stand where I stand today to receive our college's Distinguished Alumni Award for 2067. But all of you will have many of what I like to call Ohio State moments in your long careers, like the one I had early in mine with glaucoma medications. And when you realize these moments, simply say to yourself, thank you, Ohio State. So now I close by saying thank you, Ohio State, for this wonderful honor and for giving me another special Ohio State moment. To my new colleagues in the class of 2019, you have chosen the world's greatest profession, and now you have a very important purpose for your lives. Go and save some vision. Thank you. Okay.
So I would say thank you, Buckeye Bob, for that Ohio State moment that we all experienced, and we've got a medal to commemorate your event today.
Very nice. Thank you so much.
Many of you in the audience may not know that in addition to our optometry program, we also house a graduate program in vision science. It is one of only 6 such programs based at major universities in the United States, and our master's and PhD students fill many leadership roles in academic optometry across the country. Please welcome Dr. Jeff Walleen, Associate Dean for Research, to the podium, where he will present our 2019 graduate students.
Thank you, Dr. Zadnik, and congratulations to the class of 2019. Today, we are here to celebrate your past accomplishments and your future lives. We're here to celebrate 11 people receiving master's degrees and 1 person receiving a PhD degree, all in vision science. The graduate program in vision science is a vibrant program of vision research dedicated to the improvement of our knowledge of the visual system in order to better treat individuals suffering from vision symptoms or vision loss. Will Doctors Cornelia Peterson and Heather Chandler please come to the front of the stage? Dr. Peterson successfully defended her dissertation titled, Insulin Stimulates Protein Synthesis via RTK Induction of the AKT S6K pathway in human and canine corneal cells to ultimately improve wound healing of the most sensitive part of the entire body, the cornea. Dr. Peterson was supervised by Dr. Chandler. And we will now hood 1 advanced practice fellow who spent 2 years in low vision rehabilitation clinical fellowship and simultaneously earned a master's degree. Will Doctors Rebecca Deffler, Bradley Doherty, and Ryan Flom please come to the front of the stage? To the front of the stage. Today, Dr. Deffler receives her master's degree as part of the Advanced Practice Fellowship. She examined patients and served as an instructor in the Low Vision Rehabilitation Service, and she conducted a research project and defended her thesis titled Socioeconomic Factors Related to the Visual Outcomes in Patients with Age-Related Macular Degeneration under the supervision of her advisor, Dr. Bradley Doherty. We are pleased to say that Dr. Deffler will continue in the Vision Science graduate program next year as a PhD student. Dr. Doherty will now hood Dr. Deffler, and Dr. Flom, her clinical advisor, will present her with an Advanced Practice Fellowship certificate. And now, will all of the combined ODMS students please line up to the patient's left? I'm the patient. This is my left. The graduate program in Vision Science is a vibrant program of vision research dedicated to the improvement of our knowledge of the visual system in order to better treat individuals suffering from vision symptoms or loss. The class of 2019 is comprised entirely of hardworking, intelligent students, but a few of them were particularly opportunistic. While earning their optometry degrees, 10 students took extra courses, conducted research projects, and wrote and defended their theses in order to earn a quote-unquote free master's degree. By free, I mean it didn't cost them any extra money, but they more than paid for that degree in copious amounts of sweats and maybe possibly a few tears. These students will receive their master's degrees at tomorrow's graduation ceremony at the SHU, but today we will present each of these students with a $500 award, either the James A. Bing or the Vincent J. Ellerbrock Award. Let me tell you just a little bit about each of these awards. The James A. Bing Award was established in 1947 by the Ohio Optometric Association in honor of Dr. James Bing. The award recognizes outstanding graduates for their work in the area of visual perception. The Vincent J. Ellerbrock Award was established in 1966 in memory of Dr. Vincent Ellerbrock, former professor of optometry and vision science. The award recognizes exceptional student achievement in the field of vision science. I will announce each student, his or her advisor, the award received, and the title of the thesis. The first student is Marielle Blumenthaler, and she was advised by Dr. Donald Muty. She will receive the James A. Bing Award for her thesis titled The Effect of Axial Length on Red and Blue Light-Evoked Pupil Responses in Children, which Depends on Season. Congratulations. Carolyn Chakaroff was advised by Dr. Bradley Doherty, and she is receiving the Vincent J. Ellerbrock Award for her thesis titled The Effect of Complement Factor HY402H Polymorphism on Visual Outcomes After Anti-VEGF Treatment of Exudative Age-Related Macular Degeneration. I think she should get a second thesis just for that title. Zachary Coates was advised by Dr. Jackie Davis, and he will receive the James A. Bing Award. The title of his thesis was Contact Lens, Academics, and Self-Perception, or the CLASP study. That's a type of title I like. And it looked at the study design and initial results. Rachel Fenton was advised by Dr. Nicholas Fote, and she will receive the James A. Bing Award. The title of her thesis was Role of Accommodation in Clinical Measures of Proximal Vergence. Elizabeth Galko was advised by Dr. Andrew Hartwick, and she will receive the Vincent J. Ellerbrock Award. The title of her thesis was Pupil Constriction During Prolonged Exposure to Flickering Stimuli, Evidence for Cholinergic IP-RGC Stimulation. Christy Locke was advised by Dr. Stacy Choi and Nathan Doble, and she will receive the Vincent J. Ellerbrock Award. The title of her thesis is In Vivo Cone Photoreceptor Imaging in Adults as a Measure of Retinal Stretch During Refractive Error Development. I'm going to insist on shorter titles from now on. Kelly Morgan was advised by Dr. Donald Muty, and she will receive the James A. Bing Award. The title of her thesis was The Effect of Refractive Error and Time Spent Outdoors on Red and Blue Light-Driven Pupil Responses. Erin Ross was also advised by Dr. Nicholas Fote, and she will receive the James A. Bing Award for her thesis titled The Influence of Head and Eye Movements on Coincidence, Anticipation, Timing. Kelsey Santana was also advised by Dr. Bradley Doherty, and she will receive the Vincent J. Ellerbrock Award for her thesis titled Driving Exposure in Bioptic Drivers with Low Vision. And Amy Violette was advised by Dr. Delwyn Lindsay. She will receive the Vincent J. Ellerbrock Award for the thesis titled Evolutionary Order of Basic Color Term Acquisition is Not Recapitulated by English or Somali Observers in Non-Lexical Sorting Task. Please join me one more time in congratulating all 10 of these combined ODMS students on receipt of their graduate diplomas. Congratulations to the class of 2019. Do great things.
And congratulations to Dr. Waleen, which is maybe one of the hardest jobs of the afternoon. I'm sure none of you were thinking, oh, I wish I was up there pronouncing all those studies. Now, on to the main event, the moment you've all been waiting for. Audience, you've only been waiting really for a few minutes or the day or two you've been in town, but these dedicated students have been anticipating this for at least the last 4 years. So let me just explain to you what will happen next. Family and friends, the graduates are assembled in the front rows in something resembling alphabetical order, I think. They will come to the stage and be hooded in the Optometric academic regalia one by one by Drs. Mike Early and Greg Nixon. They will be assisted for several graduates by those graduates' optometrist relatives. In fact, one of our past guest hooders, a proud dad, told us, the relationships created because of Ohio State are numerous and immeasurable. Wherever you plant an OH, expect an IO to grow. Please feel free, family and friends, to come to the front of the auditorium to take photographs of your special person as she or he is hooded. But please don't block the hardest working man in show business, our professional photographer. We promise to share his pictures, and please don't fall into the orchestra pit. So watch where you're walking. It would really ruin everyone's afternoon if you did. Or make our afternoon, I'm not sure. EF Wildrum Youth Professor Dr. Don Muty is deeply honored at having been selected by the class to read their names as the graduates are hooded. He will also read a couple of sentences that the students supplied about themselves so that you can get to know each of them just a little bit better. Soon to be doctors of optometry and our full-fledged colleagues, here we go.
Class of 2019, I want to thank you so much for the honor of being the one chosen to read your names and your sentences. It's been a very long time since room 22. Javal's Rule, Purkinje images, Voof Vipple. But a long time, but there's so many reasons that you're a class that I'll never forget. The memories were really flooding last night. Looking at your class picture, memories were popping up left and right from the welcome dinner, learning about the Colts and wonderful Pewaukee. Tailgates, oh my God. I hate heights, and you got me to stand on the roof of the Isai house. Impossibly, wonderfully awful puns and jokes, riding Pelotonia, supergroup, Timu, I'm wearing my Timu pin here. Friday afternoon optics lab, who could make that something to look forward to? You could. The Hamilton video, being at a professional meeting cocktail party, and all of a sudden the conversation turns to A Clockwork Orange, and I thought I'd left my English major days behind. We went to the zoo, we carved pumpkins, I'll always have my Valentines. We start talking optics review and end up talking about orchid horticulture. Going to a boring cocktail party at the university president's house and running into one of you there. Giving me an example to use in my teaching for the rest of my life about chromatic aberration on speedway gas price signs, that they're green and they're red, and you really can't focus on each of them at the same time. Watching you grow with really awe and pride, many of you in our combined master's programs, but really the thing that I'll never forget about you is you are the class that named my cats. Was at one point extra credit question on the final, and Perkinji, get it, and Javal were the top point getters, and that's what I named my cats. Someday maybe I'll have a Voof and a Vipple. Not this time, but my two favorite answers on that exam were, I have spent way too much time on this question. And the other, my absolute favorite, someday I'll have a pet worthy of this name, Meowpia. So you're not the students that I saw in room 22. You have grown so far in knowledge and experience, maturity, your ability to care for your patients. But we're different too as a faculty because you were our students. We're better for having you chosen this place to be our students, to be our friends, and now our colleagues. So this is a happy occasion. Family, friends, please don't be shy about making some noise for your special graduate. They have waited a very, very, very long time to have their name read with that special title that will give that name a sparkle for the rest of their lives. Dr. Silva Ashmar. Although I'm abruptly moving to Louisiana as a military spouse, I could not feel more confident knowing that Ohio State has given me the skills to practice to the highest scope of optometry in an OD-MD surgical practice. I will be starting off this next chapter with multiple new titles: new OD, new wife, new aunt, in a new life. Yeah. Dr. Rebecca Allen. After graduation, my husband and I will be moving back to the Cincinnati area, where I will be working full-time for Wing Eye Care, my childhood optometrist. Dr. Jessica Bergana. Jessica looks forward to adding more scarlet and gray to her home office walls to balance out her spouse's Michigan State diplomas currently residing there, preferably in a larger, brighter frame. Following graduation, she looks forward to heading south to join a private practice in warmer weather. Dr. Marielle Blumenthaler. Marielle couldn't be more excited to be completing a residency in pediatric optometry and vision therapy at the Southern California College of Optometry next year. She is currently accepting bets for the over-under on number of times she will be kicked by patients while putting in dilating drops during that year. The line is currently set at 100. Dr. Allie Bohr. I would like to thank Condados Queso for getting me through some of the hard times. That is some good queso. Dr. Ryan Bretz. I have been blessed with the gift of education and hope to use it to serve. I give the glory to God and give thanks to my friends, family, and especially my parents for supporting me. Dr. Macy Caldwell. I would like to thank the attendings and professors that made this such an enriching experience. Thanks, Miss. What a nice thought. Dr. Carolyn Chakaroff. Beyond my gratitude towards my own family, I would like to give a special shout out to my adoptive Midwestern families, the Violets and the Bloors, for the much appreciated reprieves from my $20 a week Aldi-based diet, and for making sure that I never spent a holiday alone. Thanks for all of the fun times, class of 2019. I just hope I don't have to leave this ceremony, like too many classes, due to uncontrolled hysterical laughter. You guys rock, and congratulations. Dr. Jordan Claboyne. Thankful for my amazingly supportive family who have kept me focused on the end goal these last 20 years of schooling. Grateful to the many individuals at The Ohio State University College of Optometry who have empowered me to grow as a leader and inspire me to provide great service to those around me, whether in my chair or not. And thanks for putting up with all my selfies. Dr. Zachary Coates. Dr. Early is the man for the job. I would like to thank my parents and my brother for keeping me sane through 4 years of studying, but I would like to especially thank my mother, who encouraged me to look into optometry and to realize that it's not just one or two. Dr. Jenny Kahn. I'm so excited to be celebrating this day with my classmates, and I'm thankful for the lifelong friendships that I have made through my time at the College of Optometry. I would like to thank my fiance, Jason, who I think deserves an honorary OD today from all the hours he helped me study, my parents, sister, brother-in-law, nephew, grandparents, future in-laws, and the rest of my family who have given me years of prayer, love, and support. We always joke that when Jenny graduates, everyone in the family will. So congrats to all, we did it. Dr. Dan Crawford. I have to thank my awesome wife, Lauren, and incredible dogs, Sasha and Cora, for keeping life interesting and providing so much love and support these past few years. I also couldn't be more grateful to have been able to return home to Ohio and again be surrounded by all the love that my family cheering section has provided me throughout the amazing journey that life has been so far. Dr. Hannah Davidson. I want to say thanks to everyone who dealt with my anxiety, tears, intermittent grumpiness for the past 4 years. But an even bigger thanks goes to the people who laughed, danced, drove around critiquing the homes we'll hopefully someday be able to buy, and spent hours on the phone with me during my long drives to school every day. You know who you are, and I wouldn't be here without you. Dr. Kaylee Davis. I've changed a lot over the last 4 years. I picked up the coffee habit I swore I would never, and gained friends that I wouldn't have survived without. Thanks to everyone who helped me along the way. Dr. Rachel Fenton. I want to thank my family, Alex, and Alex's family for supporting and encouraging me throughout my 4 years of optometry school. I love you all and could not have done this without you. Dr. Libby Fisher. I would like to thank my family, fiancé, friends, and classmates for all of their support and love these past 4 years. You can find me at Greene County Eye Care starting in June. Dr. Julia Fitzpatrick. I feel blessed to have been a part of the optometry school at The Ohio State University. I had the opportunity to work with both challenging and supportive professors here. My success here at Ohio State is due to the encouragement and support of everyone, my professors, the optometry school staff, my classmates, and friends. I also want to thank my family for their continuous support. Their faith in me never wavered. Dr. Margot Flaherty. Margot is pursuing a residency in ocular disease at the Cleveland VA. She writes, "Here is to all the Compulink meltdowns, getting sneezed on during preschool screenings, fraternity shenanigans, and never having to choose between one or two. We spent many hours of confusion together in exchange for a lifetime of clarity and eternal friendships. Dr. Becca Fox. Thankful for these past 4 years and the people that have supported me along the way. I'm excited to be heading back to my hometown to complete a residency at the Eye Center of Toledo. Dr. Heather Freidigger. I would have never guessed that these past 4 years in optometry school would have been this incredible. I am so thankful for the lifelong friends I have made along the way, and I'm excited to start this next chapter of my life practicing near my hometown in Midwest Ohio. Dr. Liz Galco. Thank you to our mentors and professors. Without your influence, I would not be the person and clinician I am today. You are all my inspiration as I pursue my dream to become a professor of optometry and impact the lives of future students as you have done for us. Dr. Justin Gillette. To my family, thank you for supporting me along this most unconventional of paths that led me here. I may be a doctor now, but dinner is still on you tonight. Dr. Jessica Groover. I would like to thank my family and my fiancée for all their support throughout school. After graduation, I'm headed back to Pennsylvania to work alongside ophthalmology in a hospital setting. I'm very excited to finally begin my career as I have been working towards this goal since the 9th grade. Dr. Tyler Hamby. I could not be more excited to begin this next chapter of life as I gain 3 new titles in 2019: Doctor of Optometry, Lieutenant in the United States Navy, and most importantly, Dad. Dr. Laura Chenoweth Hammond. I am grateful to have received such an outstanding education, and I'm very excited to use my skills to serve patients in Chillicothe, Ohio. As grateful as I am for the education, I am even more thankful for the amazing friends I have made and know that I wouldn't have made it through the last 4 years if I did not have them by my side. Dr. Justin Klimchak. Sorry. One page got stuck there. I was saying, Justin, you have changed. Oh, you want to do Justin? Let's do Justin. All right, you're up here. Family might opt in. Justin, why don't you hang off to the side and be presidential over there? That's why Katie's over there. Dr. Caitlin Herring. I could not have survived these past 4 years without my husband's cooking, Panera's coffee in between classes, and all of the encouragement from my amazing attendings and classmates. I will miss studying in the Pryor Hall Library to the point of being incoherent, sitting in the back left corner of rooms 22 and 33 with my friends, and even the terrifying BIO simulator heads. Just kidding, I won't miss the simulator heads. Dr. Megan Hurley. Putting Dr. Hurley will be her father, Dr. Leo Hurley. First of all, thanks and love to everyone. You know who you are and all the reasons why. Second, what a journey from H2O to OD. And third, just remember, when life gets complicated, you can always find comfort in some form of potato. Doctor's orders. Dr. Magnolia Ip. Thank you to my family and friends for always being there for me with their love, support, and encouragement. Especially thanks to my fiancé, Evan, who is maybe a little more excited than I am that I'm graduating, so he doesn't have to hear me complain and cry about school anymore. Dr. Elizabeth Collig. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to family, friends, and colleagues who have brought me to this moment. For me, the past few years can be summarized with a line from Christine DeMarco. Through it all, my eyes are on you, and it is well. Dr. Kiana Kelly. Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank everyone who has been through this with me the past 4 years. To my right side, first, second row folks, thanks for giving me rundowns before tests. Those definitely saved me in some make or break moments. Second, I would like to wish my dad a happy belated birthday. He said he didn't want anything this year because me graduating is his birthday present. Next year, we are definitely shooting for a much cheaper gift. Well, looky there, Dr. Justin Klimchak. Justin would like to thank his family and friends, but most importantly, his parents, Colleen and Ron, and his girlfriend, Bridget. Without their constant love and support and telling him to believe in his dreams, this would not have been possible. Justin would also like to thank his 11-year-old self for deciding that he should become an optometrist when he stopped hitting the baseball in Little League. And he knows his 11-year-old self would be proud knowing he finally became an optometrist. Dr. Jill Kopacek. I'm blessed to be receiving this degree, and I'm thankful for those who have shared in the test anxiety, exciting clinical experiences, and ice cream trips. Dr. Jesse Kreinbrink. Thank you to my mom, dad, and fiance for their tremendous support, emotionally and financially, while I pursued this amazing career. Thanks to the extraordinary faculty, I'm excited for the opportunity to continue learning with a residency at the Columbus-Chillicothe VAs. Dr. Christy Locke. I've had 4 years of springtime, 4 years of snow, 4 years full of friendship and challenges that have pushed me to grow. These 4 years have transformed me into the person I always dreamed I would be. 4 years in exchange for a lifetime sounds like a pretty great deal to me. Dr. Valerie Mangold. Putting Dr. Mangold will be her father, Dr. Wes Mangold. There's only one corner of the universe you can be certain of improving, and that's your own self. Dr. Brooke Maddie. Putting Dr. Maddie will be her father, Dr. Brian Maddie. Brooke decided to pursue optometry at 9 years old after an OOA meeting where she remarked that, quote, optometrists are the happiest people ever. The amazing classmates, professors, and friends she has encountered at her time here at OSU have helped to make her one of the happiest students ever. In July, Brooke will be happy to continue her optometric career at Virginia Eye Consultants with a residency in ocular disease. She is very excited to continue saving eyes, right and left. Dr. Caitlin McBride. Thanks to my family and friends for putting up with all of my ridiculous eye puns over the last 4 years. They're just going to get cornea and cornea. I have made so many incredible friendships over the last 4 years, but hey, it's really easy to make friends in optometry school when your stepdad has the job that mine does. Winky face, winky face. Cheers to all of us. Dr. Hafsa Mohiuddin. These last few years have taught me much about perseverance, resilience, and strength. They have been filled with invaluable life lessons and experiences that I will forever remember and cherish. To all of the people involved in this journey, thank you. To my family and friends, your infinite love and support means the world. I look forward to this next chapter in my life and all of the endless possibilities it may bring. Dr. Tracy Moore. I cannot thank my fiancée and our families enough for all the love, support, encouragement, and much-needed laughs throughout these last 4 years. Thank you for always being there for me. Dr. Kelly Morgan. Kelly is grateful for the support from her family and friends, many of whom are here today. While she enjoyed learning in different states and even new countries, she is thrilled to be returning to her favorite state, Ohio, to join the binocular vision and pediatrics family at OSU. Dr. Shannon Morgan. Looking back on these last 4 years in optometry school, I cannot believe how much my life has changed for the better. I have made the best lifelong friends and received a top-notch education, which has enabled me to feel confident and prepared to serve patients in the Cincinnati area. Dr. Joshua Morris. Over the past 4 years, we went from strangers to friends and colleagues, and now family. It's been a lot of fun, guys. Let's keep this party going as we move out into the real world. Dr. Lynn Ann Wen. Optometry school has taught me to cherish every day, even the most difficult ones. It has taught me to live in the moment, to put time into the people and things that help me grow. I've made connections I will forever cherish, and I'm thankful for all the people that have supported me along this journey. My professors, friends, and family, and special thanks to my dad, who's watching over me. Dr. Kayla Novak. After being a Buckeye for 8 years, Kayla is excited to be returning home to the great land of Cleveland, where she will start her first job. She would like to thank her family, Dan, and all her eyes-loving friends who have helped her through the journey of optometry school. Dr. Landon Perry. Over the past 4 years, we have all learned how to help people see things clearly. But one thing that hasn't been so clear is where we will settle after graduation. I'm excited to begin my career here in Columbus and can't wait to see where myself and my classmates' optometry's degrees take us. Dr. Dahlia Casey. After graduation, I will be completing an ocular disease residency at the Columbus Chillicothe VA Medical Centers. I would not have been able to get this far without the endless support of my parents, friends, professors, and attending doctors. Dr. Tanya Rana. I want to thank my family, friends, and fiancé. These last 4 years have been a transformative experience, and they have always believed in me, even when I, at times, did not believe in myself. Looking forward to getting married in June and continuing my optometric career with a residency in ocular disease at the Cincinnati VA Medical Center. Dr. Brian Rashid. There is no shortcut to success. It is the product of hard work, dedication, learning from my mistakes, and I have learned so much here at The Ohio State University, and I will never forget where I came from. Dr. Megan Rath. Putting Dr. Rath will be her father, Dr. Ted Rath. That's what I'm talking about. Get that, there he is. Oh. I would like to thank my family and my future family for their continuous love and support throughout these past 4 years. Optometry school brought so many great opportunities and people into my life. I'm excited to see what the next chapter brings. Dr. Aaron Ross. What? Thank you, Mom and Dad, for teaching me I am capable of anything. A special thank you to my husband, Nathan, for your endless love, encouragement, and the many needed Culver's custard runs. I would not be here without the love of my friends and family. I love you all. Dr. Lexi Rudenoff. After graduation, I'm excited to begin a full-time opportunity at an ODMD private practice in Northwest Ohio, providing full-scope optometric care. In addition, I will be providing low vision evaluations in a team-based setting at the Sight Center of Northwest Ohio in Toledo. Dr. Ryan Richling. I'm looking forward to continuing my education with the Cornea and Contact Lens Advanced Practice Fellowship at The Ohio State University College of Optometry. 4 years of optometry school just wasn't enough. Let's go for another 2. I would also like to thank my family in attendance today for their past and continued support. Dr. Kelsey Sonata. I would like to say thank you to my family, friends, and mentors for their endless love, guidance, and support. I am so grateful for the experiences the last 4 years have brought me and look forward to beginning my new journey as an ocular disease resident at the Dayton VA Medical Center in July. Dr. Kelly Sedlock. After an amazing 4 years at The Ohio State University, go Bucks, Kelly will be furthering her optometric career with an ocular disease residency at Bennett and Bloom Eye Centers in Louisville, Kentucky. As Walt Disney once said, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Kelly thanks God and her family, boyfriend, and friends for always encouraging her to pursue her dreams. Dr. Stephanie Schultz. I stand before you today thanks to my sponsors, Giant Eagle Market District and Stoff's Coffee Roasters, 2 pivotal study spots that got me through optometry school. I'm also happy to announce that after 4 years in Ohio, I've finally convinced myself that scarlet and gray are fantastic colors to include in my wardrobe. Go Bucks! Dr. Dan Slavic. Hooding Dr. Slavic will be his fiancée, the very newly minted Dr. Megan Rath. Come on. Just hang out over here for a second. I haven't said your sentences yet. I think that was an OSU moment. I'd like to thank my 23-year-old self for lazily sitting in the front corner on the first day of class so that I would meet and fall in love with the girl sitting behind me, my fiancée, Megan Rath. I love you very much. P.S. I promise I didn't know at the time that her father was an optometrist, approaching retirement with 2 practices, but I guess it's better to be lucky than good. Dr. Edmund Connor Smallwood. I encourage everyone to bring the critical thinking skills, creativity, and confidence that we have cultivated over the past 4 years, not only to the world of optometry, but to all of your passions. I am happy to call this fresh batch of new community leaders my lifelong friends. We were all lucky to have the support of one another. Dr. Whitney Spitnail. Hooding Dr. Spitnail will be her sister, Dr. Joy Ellerbrock. The Ohio State University has proved to be an amazing, unforgettable home away from home, and I am blessed to have encountered so many wonderful people during my time here. I'm incredibly excited to return to my true home in Northwest Ohio and serve my future patients, be surrounded by the people who have loved and supported me the most every step of the way. Dr. Bryce St. Clair. Bryce is a multilingual optometry student who is interested in equalizing the health disparity in the United States. He is interested in expanding both the healthcare and social system in the United States to be more inclusive and diverse by empowering and treating patients of all backgrounds. Upon graduation, he will be pursuing a residency in advanced ocular disease at the University of Houston. Dr. Wendy Thurman. Well, Mom and Dad, it took me nearly 20 years, but look, I'm a doctor. Dr. Amy Violet. Thank you to my family and friends for supporting me unconditionally and helping me find my direction in life. And thank you to Google Maps for helping me find my direction in New Jersey. Congratulations, everybody. I couldn't have asked for a more fun and compassionate group of eye enthusiasts to go through the last 4 years with. Dr. Hannah Vollmer. To those of you who dislike sitting as much as I do, congrats. You are one graduate closer to a standing ovation. Hint, hint. Most importantly, to my family and friends, thanks for not letting me quit, even for a new life in the land of enchantment. You deserve the real credit. Dr. Brooke Weisenberger. Why did the lady fall into the well? Because she couldn't see that well. Thankful for the support and all that I've learned here the past 4 years. Dr. Lita Zainalpur. I would like to thank my parents for their tremendous love and sacrifice, and my dearest friends for giving me positive energy all the way through my education. Without these wonderful people in my life, the journey to becoming a doctor would have been much harder. Thanks to their unwavering support, I am here today receiving my doctoral degree. Dr. Abby Zimmerman. I am extremely grateful to my family for getting me through with their tough love, rosary prayers, and endless support. And for the friends who have been there through all the ups and downs, I couldn't have done it without you. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the mighty, mighty class of 2019.
Thanks, everybody. That's harder work than it looks like. I'm looking over to make sure we have the right number of hoods. And so thank you, everyone, for all your hard work. Graduates, you have an important task to perform now, the first one you will take on as doctors of optometry. I would like you to stand and face not us, face the back of the room. Look for your family, friends, and loyal supporters. Now, thank them for, well, everything by giving them the best round of applause we've heard yet today. Okay, no, you sit down. So second only to that, I now have the privilege of leading the graduates in their first public utterance of the optometric oath. So all optometrists on the stage and in the audience, stand up. The oath is on inside the back cover at the top. Find the oath in your program. And those of you, yeah, OOA board, come on, all right. Stand, raise your right hand, and we're going to read the oath in unison. It's a little bit long, so everybody, and those are the rest of you, you can follow along in the program. So join me, you're not repeating after me. With full deliberation, I solemnly pledge that I will practice the art and science of optometry to the fullest scope of my competence. I will uphold and honorably promote the highest standards, ethics, and ideals. I will provide professional care with concern, compassion, and due regard for human rights and dignity. I will place the treatment of those who seek my care above personal gain and strive to see that none shall lack for proper care. I will hold as privileged all information entrusted to me in confidence by my patients. I will advise my patients fully and honestly of all which may serve to restore, maintain, or enhance their vision and general health. I will strive continuously to broaden my knowledge and skills. I will share information with my fellow optometrists and other professionals for the benefit of my patients. I will do my utmost to serve my community, my country, and humankind as a citizen as well as an optometrist. Welcome to the profession. Somebody say go Bucks. Welcome to the profession. Our next speaker represents the class of 2019. He hails from Latrobe, Pennsylvania, and is a graduate of the University of Pittsburgh, where he graduated summa cum laude with a degree in health information management. You've already heard about how he set his sights on being an optometrist at age 11. He has always been a strong voice for his classmates, has a great eye for detail, and always gets the job done. Please welcome four-year optometry class of 2019 president, Dr. Justin Klimchak. To the stage for the third time.
Good evening, and welcome to the class of 2019 doctoral convocation. For those of you who were at White Coat ceremony, I just want to take a minute and say, I told you that these past 1,084 days were going to fly by, yet none of you believed me. In all seriousness, no, I am so very honored to be speaking here tonight on behalf of my classmates as we all celebrate our accomplishments while looking forward to our futures as optometrists. Before that commences, however, I would like to take some time to reminisce on our past 4 years together at The Ohio State University College of Optometry, and I feel it would be best to do that through a quote. In 1992, one of my all-time favorite movies came out. Entitled A League of Their Own, it tells a fictionalized account of the real-life All-American Girls Professional Baseball League that was formed during World War II while the male baseball players were overseas. Known more for the quote, "Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball." There's always been one quote that has stuck with me more. In the scene, Gina Davis's character is telling her manager that she is quitting the team, saying, "It just got too hard." In response, Tom Hanks's character replies, "It is supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it. The hard is what makes it great." I'm not really sure anything better depicts our 4 years here at school. In our first year, it was most definitely hard sitting in class from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. all day, every day, in which we thought that Dr. Early was talking 100 miles per hour, but we have since learned that is just his normal speed of talking, or how Dr. VDN was talking about the liver, and we were all sitting there thinking, how does this relate to the eye? It turns out that it relates to the eye more than we ever thought possible. Looking back on it all, I am not entirely sure how we managed to ever sit there for that long, but we pushed through those hard times, which led to a joyous celebration at the end of the year where everyone received their white coats, meaning that we could start learning the skills necessary to become optometrists. Then came second year, in which I remember everyone thought it was hard figuring out how to use a slit lamp and keep the cornea in focus, or learning how to correctly use a BIO. Then there was also the matter of trying to figure out how to juggle studying for classes and finding the time to practice all of our newfound skills, all the while being dilated for most of it. However, the more we practiced, the better we became, and soon it wasn't so hard anymore, and we actually started feeling like we were going to become optometrists. The final proficiency came and went, we all passed, and our reward was 1 full week off before starting our third year. Third year summer was hard. Does everyone remember getting up for 7:30 a.m. class 3 days a week, plus seeing our first ever real patients in clinic where they actually had things wrong with their eyes? I most certainly do. However, I also remember feeling very excited getting to hear about the patients that everyone else was seeing and thinking to myself, wow, we do actually know what we are doing and what we should do to help them. As everyone started to settle into their grooves with juggling classes and clinic, summer came and went, fall came and went, and then the dreaded spring semester arrived, the one in which everyone wants to forget. Board season was upon us. Cue the scary music, coffee injected into the bloodstream via an IV, spending 3 consecutive weekends at the school with our favorite people from KMK, and the lack of a social life for 3 months. I believe that everyone should be extremely proud of themselves for tackling all of that studying for part 1, all the while still performing our duties of attending class, taking midterms, and seeing patients in clinic. In the end, not only did we conquer that, but we also conquered our last ever finals week and finally learned what it was like to become a fourth year, which came with a whole new slate of hard challenges to tackle. People had to sometimes move their whole life across the country, only to have to move their life back 6 months later. Others learned what it meant to see over 20 patients in a day. For everyone, 2 more parts of boards needed to be completed, which meant more studying and more practicing of our skills in script to memorize, which we should have entitled How to Give an Eye Exam. Through all of those hard times the past 4 years, we also did have some fun along the way, including numerous eyeballs, spring banquets, football games, tailgates, canoeing trips, and just time spent hanging out with our friends. That all leads us to this very moment where we can now call ourselves doctors. This, however, means there are many hard times still to come. Many of us will be starting a residency come this summer, in which there will be a lot of case reports to read and posters to be presented. That sounds pretty challenging. Some of us will be coming back to do a master's or PhD at the college, which means more time sitting in class learning about optometry. That sounds pretty difficult. Some of us will be starting our careers at our first ever jobs, which means no one will be there to hold our hands anymore, and we will have to make the decisions all by ourselves. Now that sounds just downright scary. Through it all, I know that the class of 2019 will be able to tackle those hard and challenging times ahead, because we have already succeeded through a lot of hard and challenging times that not many other people could have. Just remember, they chose us, the best 65 applicants from a pool of hundreds, to attend the best optometry school in the country. They knew that we could handle anything and everything, and by standing here today, we can say we did just that. To my fellow classmates, I am so excited to see the ways in which you will change the field of optometry. I already know that among us, there will be trailblazers who will go on to become state association presidents, or develop the next greatest thing our profession has ever seen, or become like Dean Zadnick and lead this college to places we didn't even know was possible. Continue to strive to be great every day. On days when it gets tough and you think about quitting, just remember that the hard is what makes it great. While we are all going our separate ways, I can't wait for us to be reunited for our first reunion in 5 short years and get to talk about all the ways we have tackled those hard times. To the class of 2019, we did it. Signing off for one last time for now, OH. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Dr. Klimczak, and I know I speak on behalf of your class when I thank you so much for your leadership. Now, to provide your official welcome to the ranks of Ohio State Optometry alumni, let me introduce Dr. Stephanie Baxter. Dr. Baxter is a 2008 graduate of the Ohio State University College of Optometry. She lives and practices in South Bend, Indiana. Her husband, Kevin, is an ophthalmologist, and they have 2 children, Griffin and Vivian, and a dog, Lola. She is the president of the Optometry Alumni Society. Join me in welcoming her to the podium.
Well, good evening, everybody, and thank you for having me, Dean Zadnick. As she said, 11 years ago, I was in your spot, very nervous, very excited, and just wondering what the real world was going to hold. And 11 years later, here I am up on stage with some of my colleagues, and I'm really excited to welcome all of you officially as alumni to the Ohio State College of Optometry and members of the Alumni Society. With that, I promise not to ask you for money yet. But don't forget the college and where you came from. The best thing about being an alumni is all the people that you've met along the way and all the people that you're going to continue to influence. And I just hope that along that journey, each of you will think back on somebody that made that OH moment for you, or that Buckeye moment, or somebody who you'd like to influence in the future to do something good through the College of Optometry. It doesn't matter how far you are or what you're doing in your career. Think back to somebody that you were influenced by and who you can pass that on to. So in welcoming everybody, thank you and congratulations.
Thanks so much, Stephanie. And I would add, really, no matter where you end up, you will be an alumnus of Ohio State, a member of the Alumni Association, and hopefully the Optometry Alumni Society. There are 550,000 living Ohio State alumni. So it's one thing to yell out, OH in here and get an IO back. Or even if you're at an airport and it happens as you're heading back to Columbus. But I've had it happen in an Ethiopian airport and at the top of the Empire State Building. Your Ohio State affiliation guarantees you friends around the world, but so does your optometry connection. And I was observing with a member of the class of 1969 that if you were anywhere in the world and needed help or just some advice, you could walk into an optometrist's office and be greeted like that person's long-lost cousin. Our optometry connections run deep. So before we finish our ceremony in true Buckeye fashion, please, I'd like to thank the architects of today's ceremony, our dedicated staff members, Jen Bennett, Sarah Couple, Sean Gilbert, Justin Greist, Michael Haddock, Carrie McTighe, Becca Roby, and Carol Wilcox. Their hard work over many months has led to the event you've attended today. So there you are, newly minted doctors of optometry, poised to provide decades of eye care to literally millions of grateful patients. I usually read a little poem that was actually the dedication to my own PhD thesis, and it's by Christopher Logue. Come to the edge. We might fall. Come to the edge. It's too high. Come to the edge. So they came, and he pushed, and they flew. No formal Ohio State event would be complete without a particular closing song. So if everyone could stand to join the class of 2019 in the singing of the loveliest alma mater I've ever heard, Carmen, Ohio, led by graduate Dr. Megan Hurley. No? They won't be able to hear you. Is that a good thing?
As you all know, I obviously stayed in all week and rested my voice for this. Oh, come, let's sing Ohio's praise and songs to alma mater raise, while our hearts rebounding thrill with joy which death alone can still. Summer's heat or winter's cold, the seasons pass, the years will roll. Time and change will surely show how firm thy friendship, Ohio.
Before I close the ceremony, I would ask that everyone in the audience please stay seated and let these new doctors of optometry leave the auditorium first. You can then meet your person in the foyer or outside. To the Ohio State University College of Optometry class of 2019, you represent the best of the best educated, the highest achieving, the most deeply committed, and the most altruistic. We are so proud of you. You represent dreams fulfilled, promises kept, and futures launched. Congratulations, doctors, and go Bucks.
Thank you.